an easy chocolate sheet cake with vanilla bean frosting we all love. So I'm mixing the dry ingredients, and it's just 2 cups of flour, 2 cups of sugar, and a pinch of salt. And I'll mix this together. Alex, Paige, and I could all make this cake in our sleep, blindfolded. It's just one of those things. We've made it so many times, it's a total no-brainer for us. Okay, so the dry ingredients are mixed, and then I have a second mixture in the saucepan, 2 sticks of butter and 4 heaping tablespoons of cocoa. And I melted the butter and stirred in the cocoa, and I'm gonna turn up the heat just a little bit. And I have a kettle with hot water, so I'll measure a cup, and it goes right into the butter and cocoa mixture. And then I just turn up the heat enough for it to bubble up, and then as soon as it starts to bubble, I'll just turn it off. So I'm gonna let that sit for just a second while I mix together the wet ingredients. So it's a half a cup of buttermilk, 2 eggs, and a teaspoon of vanilla extract, and a teaspoon of baking soda. And if you don't have buttermilk in your fridge, the trick I always do is measure just a little under the amount of buttermilk you need of regular milk, and then add a little splash of regular white vinegar, let it sit for a few minutes, and then you'll have instant buttermilk. All right, so the buttermilk mixture is mixed, so now all 3 of these components get combined into one bowl. So the dry ingredients and the chocolate mixture. And then one thing Nan taught me, and Nan's the one that shared this recipe with me, is stir this mixture just a little bit to cool the chocolate, because otherwise you'll scramble the eggs, and scrambled egg chocolate sheet cake does not sound good, even though there's chocolate involved. Okay, and then the buttermilk mixture can go in. Alrighty, delicious. So I'm gonna stir this around, give me 2 minutes. All right, delicious. As Alex just said, she could just go ahead and eat this bowl with a spoon right now. All right, regular sheet pan. Oh no, I almost forgot. Oops. One little spin I'm gonna put on the chocolate sheet cake recipe is the addition of chocolate chips. I'm using semi-sweet, and you won't have like chunks of chocolate in the cake as much as just a little bit more chocolatey richness. All right, so then the batter goes into the sheet pan, and I like to pour it to cause minimum need to spread. So I kind of try to get it to spread as I pour. But you definitely want to push it into the corners, even out the surface so you don't have like a lopsided cake. Although, if you do, that's just part of the charm of a homemade chocolate sheet cake. Ooh, that looks delicious. Okay, let's put it into the oven, Paige. I know, it just smells so good to make a chocolate sheet cake. 350 degrees for 20 minutes. Delicious. So that's all cool, as you can tell, since I just picked it up. So I'm gonna make the vanilla bean frosting. Woo! Now I'm adding everything to the bowl at once, just to kind of speed things along. So I've got 2 sticks of butter, powdered sugar, milk, and instead of vanilla, I'm using vanilla bean, just to be a little on the fancy side. It's basically the caviar from one vanilla bean. And then I've got my trusty mixer. Do you trust me? Speaking of trusty.
I don't know.
But if this blows up on you,
I'm gonna start really low. And then I'm just gonna keep mixing, and as everything incorporates, I'm gonna speed this up so it's nice and fluffy and creamy and dreamy and heavenly and wonderful. That's just gonna take me about 30 seconds. All right. Oh, look at this, Paige. How delicious does that look? All right, there's no better way to frost a cake than to just plop the icing right on top.
Wow, that looks amazing.
I mean, we need to cut into this, right?
Yeah,
Come
I
on.
feel like- No, I won't. Here, can I try the other side?
Eat it off my finger. Eat it off my finger.
Oh my, you're
Kidding.
so
Oh, I'm just kidding. That is absolutely incredible. Wow, I can't say enough about it. Chocolate sheet cake, vanilla bean icing, make it soon.